Happy Sunday, everybody. It is Megan Aubrey from Paper Crafts with Meg. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and yesterday during my allotted time in this vendor fair, I showed some things that would be good for beginners and maybe the more casual crafter. And today I'm going to do something that would probably be more appropriate for someone who is a little bit more casual and avid. And by avid, it's kind of somebody that has all the toys that they need to create whatever they want. So I'm going to be talking about the Snowflake Splendor Suite. And this is in our holiday, it used to be the holiday catalog, now they call it the mini catalog. So this is the Snowflake Splendor Suite. Say that a few times fast. Poof. And I am having a card class using the items in this suite on November 21st. And I do have information on my Stampin' Up site, which is papercraftswithmeg.stampinup.net. It's right here. But I will also post it on the vendor fair site. And I will show you all of the goodies in here. Most paper crafters like paper. So I'm going to show you the paper that goes in this suite. It is beautiful. And even though, yes, there's snowflakes on this side, some of this paper would be perfect for something other than winter. So this is beautiful. And Stampin' Up's paper is really thick. There are some companies out there, when you use their paper like this, it feels like a big piece of copy paper, and that is not at all true with Stampin' Up. So that's beautiful. Little tiny snowflakes on this one. And then we've got this. And this would be beautiful for any occasion, really, because you can't tell it has to do with snowflakes. And there's this. Again, just beautiful. For those of us who do 12 by 12 scrapbook pages, the back side of this would be great for any occasion. Another one. And you get 2 sheets of each. Isn't that pretty? So the coordinated colors that go with this suite are Pacific Point, you have Misty Moonlight, you have Highland Heather, you have Balmy Blue. Did I say Coastal Cabana? I don't remember if I did or not. Night of Navy, Pool Party, and of course the Whisper White. The other thing that goes with this suite is this glimmer paper. And this is just gorgeous. You get 2 sheets actually in the package. It's separated by a good sized piece of chipboard. And it's very fine glitter. It does not come off when you rub it. And yes, there are companies out there who sell glitter paper. And when you do this, you get glitter all over your hands and all over your workstation, on your clothes, on your face. Yes, been there, done that. I do recommend, if you have any paper like this, to cut it upside down on your trimmer so that sometimes the glitter is kind of harsh on the trimmer blades and can dull your blades quicker. This suite comes with an embossing folder, and I don't know where mine is. And I'm sure all of you can relate to that because I was using it to create my card class, and I have put it down someplace and I'll find it. But anyway, this is what it looks like. We also have the blue adhesive back gems, which I'll show you in a minute. And we also have this ribbon. It's iridescent and it's very, it's kind of stiff. So if you want to do a bow, it's very easy to do a bow with because it's not flimsy at all. And it does a nice job with the bows, and the bows will stay. And I'll show you that in a little while as well. So that is the suite in addition to the stamps and the dies. Here is the stamp set. It is a photopolymer stamp set. Oh my goodness, look what I found. See, I told you I'd find it. So here's the embossing folder. And here are the stamps. So photopolymer stamps are clear and they are rubber. Stampin' Up makes their own stamps actually. So the stamps are made in the United States and they make them at their own manufacturing facility. And these sentiments are great. Lots of very intricate snowflake stamps, some great sentiments, and a little punny one there. Thank you so much. We have a happy Hanukkah, and just some really sweet ones. Our friendship is one of a kind. So I really like the sentiments, and I love the snowflakes. And then we have the dies. So this is some of them. I have more that I will show you in a bit. Just look at the detail on these. This is a magnet sheet. We do not sell these. This is actually from Stampin' Storage, and I get a lot of my organization stuff from Stampin' Storage. All right, I'm going to actually put that back in there, and hopefully I'll remember where it is now. That was so funny. All right, so I'm going to start out. I'm going to move this. I'll talk about my hostess code in a bit. I am going to start out by making a very quick card, just using some designer series paper, little piece of cardstock, just a little note card with some of the gems and stamping on the front. So let me show you what I did. So this paper, we could actually cut out these shapes using the dies. So, you know, you would obviously trim the paper down. We have a new die cut machine with Stampin' Up, and it's 6 inches wide, so you can fit a nice size piece of paper down there. And this one goes over here. So if I was going to be doing this for real, I would actually just cut around these, cut them apart, and do them separately instead of doing them on one sheet. But I really like the fact that the dies do cut out some of the images on the paper. It saves some stamping, actually. So that is what I've done here. This is actually paper, and I turned it upside down to kind of give it a different look. And I think I like this side better, but anyway, we'll get there. Okay, so I'm going to ink up my sentiment. I've got my Highland Heather, which is a really pretty lavender, and I am just going to stamp it right directly on the paper. There, that comes out so you can see it. And I'm just going to adhere. I'm going to use our adhesive and just put it right on the card. And then I'm going to take the snowflakes and I am just going to alternate them. For the first one, I'm actually going to use one of our dimensionals. Just put it right in the middle. Now, if you wanted to, you could certainly, and maybe I'll do it with this one, go outside. So we have these little things called sponge daubers. They go over your finger, and you can kind of give some color. So give it a little bit of purple. Kind of make it stand out more than against the blue. we are also, for those of you who craft like me, we are getting blender brushes in our new catalog, which will come out in January. And I am super, super, super excited. All right, I'm just gonna take a little dot of liquid glue, put it right here on the back. You don't need much. This stuff is very strong, and I like it because it stays wet for a little bit, so you can kind of maneuver it around if it's not perfect. And then you take this little one, put it like that. Put my ink pad away so I don't stick my thumb in it, because yes, I am known to do that, aren't we all? Little dot of glue. Looking for my tweezers. Okay. I'm actually going to try to put some ink on there. I wish I'd thought of that before, but this is obviously better to do before you put it down, but nevertheless, I think the Highland Heather on the edge of these kind of makes it pop a little bit. There. That's very pretty. And then right in the middle, I'm going to take one of these gems, and I'm just going to put it on a small one or a big one. I think I'm going to use a small one, and I'm going to use the darker one. Voila. So there's a cute little simple card, and I like to put a piece of cardstock in the middle, usually white, just so it gives you a place to write your greeting on it. And I think it kind of finishes the card too. So I am going to cut a little piece off. And this is our trimmer. If you guys don't have this trimmer, I love it. It's got a nice wide arm. It goes to 17 inches, which is great for us scrapbookers. 4 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 1/4. And what's funny is I did not get into fractions. I did not understand fractions until I started paper crafting. And that's almost embarrassing to say, but it is the truth. And then if you want to get really fancy, take one of the stamps This is our Pacific Point. I love this color blue. So you can stamp it. So you can do second generational stamping, and that means that you stamp off once and then you do, or you could even do it twice, and then your third time you put in here. So it's a little bit, it's not quite as harsh. 1, 2, 3. So isn't that cute? And I have to say, I like this snowflake with the actual design on it better than this one. But they're both adorable. Get rid of this one. And then I'm going to show you this card. So this is the next card that we're going to make. And this one is pretty, it's definitely stepped up, and it's definitely for the more avid crafter. So the first thing I did is I took a piece of Pacific Point cardstock and I cut it down the middle on the long side. So then it was 5.5 by 8.5, and then I scored it down the 8.5 side at 4.25. So then we have a perfect size card to fold. And I like doing layers when I do cards. I prefer layers actually. So when I made this one, I wanted the white to kind of be able to see the, I wanted you to be able to see the paper behind the snowflakes when I did this. So I decided I was going to use a lot of paper for this. So this one is going to be this. So I'm going to put this one down first. And then this one is going to kind of go a little, it's going to be a little crooked, but it looks like I need to trim it a little bit more. There we go. And then this one is going to go like that. Okay. So then what I did is I took a piece of Whisper White cardstock and I put the snowflake dies on the Whisper White and I ran it through my die cut machine. I ended up with 4 snowflakes. I placed them differently on this one than I did on the other one that I did. So for this card, there's 3 snowflakes. And we've got the 3 holes in here. The first thing I did is I took blender brushes and I used Highland Heather and Pacific Point ink. So I am very excited that Stampin' Up's going to have these blender brushes because I don't like using competitor stuff when I am doing videos. And I am very excited that I'm not going to have to do that anymore. Just put a little bit in the ink and I rub it off because it can be, you can get a lot of ink on there. And I just put my finger in the ink pad and then you just rub it. And I did that to all the snowflakes. If you need more ink, you just rub it off. And I think you get the idea. Put this back. Now, if you can see this from where you are, you can make great stencils with these snowflakes, by the way. So then the snowflakes look like this. So very similar to the snowflakes on the paper. So then what I did is I took the white paper. I love this technique that I'm going to show you. So these are Stampin' Spritzers, and I fill them with rubbing alcohol and a couple drops of the re-inker that we sell. And then I also use the shimmer paint that we sell. So I put a couple drops of this into one of these with the rubbing alcohol and the re-inker and mix it up. And you get like the shimmery mix, for lack of a better word. And this does potentially make a mess. And then I just spray it. So that was the Highland Heather. And I am going to do the Balmy Blue next. No, Pacific Point next. Whoops. No two of these will ever be alike. And then this one is just rubbing alcohol and the shimmer paint. And it doesn't take long to dry. And for the interest of television or video, here's one I did earlier. And I don't know if you can see the shimmer on that, but it's pretty cool. So then what I'm going to do is I am going to place this on the front of the card, and I'm going to do it using dimensionals. It will bleed through, but it's no big deal. Oops. Get over there. Oh, I hope you guys have had a good time watching everybody. There's some amazing talent on this page, let me tell you. I don't like my, when I use these, I don't like my page to sag, so I do go, some people would say I probably go overboard, but I'd rather have something solid that's not going to bounce, again, for lack of a better word. I did some cleaning today, and I can't tell you how many of these little pieces I found all over the place underneath my craft desk. Such a weird night. It's warm. You can hear the bugs. All right, so kind of want it so that it's, so you can see all the pieces of paper. And then I am going to take the shimmer paint with the alcohol, and I'm going to do this because I honestly forgot to do it earlier. That will not take too long to dry at all. By the time I'm done doing what I need to do, it'll be dry. Stampin' Up! Does sell this grid paper. I'm not sure if it's this design, but I know that we have just regular plain grid paper. It's a great workstation. Now where are we going to put this? I think we're going to put this at the top. Well, all right, I am going to stamp the thank you so much sentiment again. Right, Highland Heather. I love these colors together. I think they look great. So I punched this out using our 1.5 inch circle punch. There we go. Perfect. Let me clean that off. For that, I'm just going to use my chamois. You guys seen these? These are the stamp chamois. They come in a sheet they come in a piece that's like this, and I cut mine in half. And then I store them in these little stamp cases, which unfortunately have retired, but they're great for transporting and storing them in. So then we're going to kind of stick it back in there. We're gonna use some liquid glue though. I'm just gonna make little tiny slivers on here. So this is a sheet of the mini dimensionals. This is probably from a kit because it's small. I use every single bit of these, and I encourage you guys to do as well because it's still good. You should still use it. That's just going to come up. One. These things are just all over the place. Take that one, put one of these on the back of that. Come on. There we go. And one more. Two more actually. These little pieces are hard for me. And then when I'm concentrating on doing something like that, I stop talking. All right, and the last one. So this is the suite that we are going to be using on November 1st for the card class. This is not one of the cards that we are making. I have designed everything, and now I just have to cut it out. And I do have a couple spaces left if anyone's interested in joining us. It will be on Zoom. I think I'm going to try and just put it right there. Before I put it on, I did want to try some of the ribbon, and I love this ribbon. So I'm just going to do a little, I don't know what the name of it's called, a loop-de-loop. Just take some adhesive, put it on the back of whatever it is. This adhesive is very strong, so you do have to be careful. It'll stick out there. Have it go like this. and then back, and then a little. My ribbon scissors. Oops. There we go. I'm going to put it up top because I think up top is where most of the room is. Almost. Now, going to take and put one of these in the middle of each one. And there you go. So this one I did this way, and then this one I actually did this way. And one more thing I want to show you guys. This is the one we did tonight. It's already dry. So we have these fabulous envelope dies, and they actually are the envelope liners for the inside of envelopes. And I think these cards definitely need a stepped up envelope. So Stampin' Up sells envelopes to fit, and I want to make sure I use the right size. You can do all sorts of designs on these. I am actually just going to use one. You could put this on the back of the flap and cut it out and then put paper. You could get really fancy with it. I'm not going to. So I am going to show you our new die cut machine. And I love the machine. So this is our new Stampin' die cut and emboss machine. And it hasn't been out that long. I want to say September 1st. I think I was able to get mine August 1st or August 4th because I'm a demonstrator. It's fabulous. It does not have a magnetic plate right now. There's actually issues with it. So Stampin' Up has halted the sale of it. All right, so we're gonna do this. Just make sure it's straight. And it is hard for me to see if it's straight or not because of my eyes. So I'm gonna hope that's straight. Then this goes inside the envelope like that. And the reason that let's make sure that's straight. All right, so I am going to adhere the adhesive. I don't want that one or that one. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do this side. There we go. Let's close it. And here is a beautiful card. Almost seems sad to put it away. And so here, isn't that gorgeous? And honestly, it's the thought that counts. So there's that one. And the other one is right here. So I, once again, really appreciate you guys watching and checking this out. I do want to talk about my hostess code this month. And if any of you are interested in having an online party, if you have a bunch of friends that stamp or craft or scrapbook, we can do an online Stampin' Up party, and then you could be the hostess and get the hostess rewards. And if your party reaches $150, you automatically start getting rewards. And if you want, if you are an avid crafter or a casual crafter and you love Stampin' Up and you want the discount, then you can put your hostess rewards towards the purchase of a starter kit. And the starter kit is $99 and you get $125 worth of Stampin' Up product of your choice. It can be anything that we have currently on that we're currently selling. So that would mean anything from either the annual catalog or the holiday catalog, or in January, on January 4th, the holiday catalog goes away, but our new mini catalog goes live. So you can pick from that catalog as well. And I do have a team. I have a couple uplines actually, and then I have a team of 5 demonstrators that are directly under me, and then one of my demonstrators has demonstrators under her. So you know, we're growing, and we're a great group of people who love to craft. You know, and what better way to take care of your mental health than by doing a new hobby or continuing with a hobby. So I hope that you have enjoyed the videos that I've done. Please head on over to my Facebook page, Paper Crafts with Meg, and like and follow me. And if you could hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, I would really appreciate that, because that helps everything. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the vendor fair. Thank you so much for being with all of us. Have a great day.